All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And let me tell you, today's topic is a wild one.
We're talking ice walls, hidden civilizations, the works.
We're going beyond the Antarctic ice wall, folks. Get ready for a story with secret societies, some seriously out there tech, even giants. Oh yeah, we're going there.
Should be fun.
You know we love to dig into the really weird stuff here. Now, full disclosure, this whole deep dive is based on one of those YouTube reacts to TikToks kind of deals.
Which are always a bit out there, to be honest.
Right. But they're reacting to TikToks about a book, and that book is retelling an even older story. So layers upon layers here. But hey, the listener who requested this one said, treat it as factual. So that's what we're doing.
Game on. Let's hear about this story.
Okay, so it all starts with this explorer named William Morris back in the late 1700s. Now, this guy was obsessed, I mean obsessed, with crossing the Antarctic Circle.
Antarctic Circle. That's serious business back then, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking brutal conditions, limited technology.
Yeah.
This wasn't just a casual weekend trip for Morris. He was convinced there was something more than just ice down there, like a passage to another world.
A passage to another world. Where did he even get that idea?
Well, according to the story, he'd been chasing rumors and whispers for years about something hidden beyond the ice. Honestly, you gotta admire that kind of dedication. Risking it all on a whisper. That's hardcore.
Talk about determination. But it's interesting because Morris wasn't alone in this thirst for the unknown. The late 1700s, it might seem like a simpler time, but it was an era of intense exploration. Think Captain James Cook, charting the globe, pushing the boundaries of the known world.
Right. And the Antarctic, with its harsh conditions and unexplored territories, it held this special allure for people seeking something truly extraordinary.
Absolutely. And you have to remember, this was a time when theories like the hollow earth, the idea that there's a whole other world inside our planet, those weren't considered totally crazy. People were genuinely debating these things.
Wow, so this whole passage to another world idea, it wasn't just some fringe belief. It was tapping into a much larger conversation happening at the time.
Exactly. So when Morris sets off on this expedition, he's not just some lone wolf chasing a crazy dream. He's part of a much bigger current of excitement and uncertainty about what might lie beyond the edges of the map.
All right, so we've got our determined explorer. He's gathering his crew, prepping his ship. He's all in.
Okay.
But of course, it can't be that easy, right?
Yeah.
This is where things get really interesting.
Uh-oh, here comes the twist.
The story introduces the custodians. Now, these guys are a secretive organization, and they know a little too much about Morris's little expedition.
And they're not happy about it, I'm guessing.
Not happy.
Patron.
Apparently, they try to shut down Morris's mission every chance they get. We're talking some seriously shady tactics to scare him off. It's like they're saying, we know what's beyond that wall, and you are not invited.
Classic. Secret societies, forbidden knowledge. It's a tale as old as time. But seriously, why do we find this stuff so fascinating? These ideas of hidden forces, agendas playing out behind the scenes. Is it just a good story? Or does it say something about how we see the world? Like deep down, do we kind of suspect there's more going on than meets the eye?
Right, like maybe we're not getting the full picture. It's a question worth considering. But Morris, he's like a dog with a bone,
Yeah.
He's not giving up that easily.
So what happens? Does he actually find this passage?
He does.
Yeah.
Somehow, despite the custodian's best efforts, Morris stumbles upon this hidden passage in the ice wall.
No way. Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. What does he find on the other side?
Get this, he finds himself in a hidden world, a whole civilization tucked away beyond the ice. They call it the Ancestral Republic.
No, that is cool.
And it's not just any civilization. We're talking advanced technology, stuff that would make even Elon Musk do a double take. Think cities lit up with what looks like electricity.
In the 1700s. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Right. And get this, silent vehicles cruising through the streets, people communicating with devices that show images and voices.
Hold on. Are we talking about, like, video calls? In the 1700s.
That's what the story says. It's like stumbling into a utopia straight out of a sci-fi novel, centuries ahead of anything in the known world. But here's the thing that really gets me. This whole description of advanced tech, it kind of hits a little too close to home, Think about it.
How so?
Well, we're always worried about surveillance these days, right?
Yeah.
Data collection, privacy, all that.
Yeah, it's a big concern.
Exactly. Now imagine a civilization so advanced, they don't need clunky cameras or microphones. They've got tech so seamless, it's practically invisible. It makes you wonder.
If they're out there watching us, like some kind of cosmic big brother.
Right. Maybe the algorithms, the targeted ads. Maybe it's not just some tech company. Maybe someone or something else, is pulling the strings.
Okay, now that's a conspiracy theory I can get behind.
Right, but hold on, it gets even crazier. So Morris, he gets an audience with the leader of the Ancestral Republic, this mysterious figure they just call President F.
President F sounds ominous.
And President F drops some serious truth bombs. He tells Morris that humanity is trapped in this cycle, right? Like a cosmic reset button. Civilizations rise and fall, wiped out by these catastrophic events, allowing a select few to rebuild.
Whoa, hold up. So he's saying these events, these resets, they're not random. Someone's deliberately causing them.
That's the implication, yeah. And President F even hints that humanity's been, well, modified after each reset, like someone's tweaking the game, starting over with a new set of rules.
Okay, that's messed up. But it makes you think about all those ancient astronaut theories, right? Like, what if some advanced beings are guiding or manipulating our evolution?
It's a wild thought, right? But before Morris can really process all of this, everything goes sideways. The Ancestral Republic gets attacked.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about some primitive skirmish. This is a full-blown assault with technology that would make our modern weapons look like toys.
Wait, seriously, who's attacking them? The custodians.
That's what you'd think, right? But it turns out the custodians, as shady as they are, they're not the only ones who know about the Ancestral Republic. And the attackers, well, let's just say they brought in the big guns.
Big guns. What does that even mean when we're talking about a civilization with tech that far ahead of ours?
I'm talking about giants.
Oh,
Like
wow.
actual giants. They call them the Anakim.
Giants. You're messing with me.
I'm serious. Imagine these massive beings fighting alongside the Ancestral Republic, battling it out with technology we can barely comprehend, like a scene straight out of a movie. They're locked in this epic battle with, get this, iron birds and drone-like spheres. It's pure chaos.
Okay, that's just cool. Giants and spaceships, where do I sign up for this battle?
Right. But it makes you think, doesn't it? Giants, they're in myths and legends all over the world. What if there's something to those stories? What if those myths, those whispers from the past, are actually echoes of real events, of a time when giants walked the earth?
It's like that saying, right? We don't know 100% of the things our grandparents' generation knew. We think we've got it all figured out, but what if we're missing huge chunks of history?
Exactly. And maybe that's what the custodians are so afraid of. Maybe they don't want us to remember, to uncover the truth about our past.
It's all connected, man.
Right. And here's where it gets really messed up. So remember how President F mentioned those modifications made to humanity? Well, it gets worse. The story suggests the custodians have been messing with human lifespan, intentionally shortening it in the known lands.
Wait, what? How?
We're talking about implanted diseases, rapid aging, all designed to keep us weak, ignorant, and easily controlled. It's like a messed up version of population control, ensuring humanity never reaches its full potential, never discovers the truth about its past or the forces shaping its destiny.
Man, that's dark. But it kind of makes sense. If you wanted to control a population, what better way than to limit their lifespan? Keep them focused on survival, not asking the big questions.
Right. And it plays into our fears about technology, doesn't it? Like, we're already worried about AI, genetic engineering. What if it's already happening and we're just pawns in some grand experiment?
Who knows what's really going on? Maybe the truth is stranger than fiction. Or maybe this whole story is just a wild ride, a way to grapple with our anxieties about the world.
Maybe. But sometimes it's the what-ifs that really get under your skin, the ones that make you question everything. And get this, you ready for another layer of crazy? This whole Ancestral Republic thing, the book ties it into something even bigger. The fall of the Tartarian Empire.
The Tartarian Empire. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Rings a bell, but refresh my memory.
Oh man, where to even start? Okay, so the Tartarian Empire, it's like this whole other rabbit hole we could disappear down. Basically, it's this supposed civilization, right? Vast, technologically advanced, and according to some, they got wiped from history, like scrubbed from the records, all evidence vanished. Sounds a little familiar, right?
Hold on. Intentionally erased, like someone didn't want them remembered. Why? Who were these people?
That's the million-dollar question. We don't have time to go full deep dive on Tartaria today, but just the fact that the book connects it to this Ancestral Republic story is wild. It's like the author's dropping a hint. Maybe there's this hidden pattern throughout history. Advanced civilizations popping up, then boom, gone. Suppressed, controlled, destroyed, who knows? But it makes you think about the bigger picture, It's like,
Yeah.
what are we not being told? If this story, even a little bit of it, is allegorical, it makes you really wonder about our place in all of this. Are there forces at work shaping our reality that we're totally oblivious to. Right, like we think we're at the top of the food chain, but what if we're just ants? Going about our business while something else is running the show, this whole deep dive, it's one giant question mark, and honestly, I kind of love it.
Me too. It's a good reminder that we don't have all the answers. And maybe that's okay. The important thing is to keep asking the questions, right? Keep digging, keep exploring. That's how we learn, how we grow.
Exactly. So as we wrap up our little trip beyond the Antarctic ice wall, that's my takeaway. Keep questioning, keep wondering. Don't be afraid to go down those rabbit holes, even if they lead to more questions than answers. Because sometimes the most important discoveries aren't about finding the truth, but about the journey itself.